A quick out of cosplay disclaimer before this video starts. I've been sick for over a week now and my voice has been pretty rough. So for the sake of not making my throat any worse, I'm gonna slightly hold back on how I would usually go with Inosuke. So if my Inosuke voice isn't quite as boisterous as Inosuke would be, first of all, I am not a voice actor. Second of all, my throat's in rough shape, and I've only just gotten it back to this point where I can speak clearly, and I don't quite want to ruin that, so keep that in mind. And now to Inosuke.
Hello, peasants.
I hear you don't remember that time I single-handedly slayed an upper six demon, saving thousands and being praised by many. I, however, have a fantastic memory, and I'm here to remind you of my heroic feats. And maybe Conpatro's and everyone else's too, but whatever. Our story starts just after we murdered a train. We still felt the loss of the Hashiro Renpoku, but decided to fight even harder in his honor. Gonpachiro decided to visit his family to pass on his final words, but turns out his dad was kind of a jerk and an alcoholic. So he passed on the final words to his younger brother and went on his way. Meanwhile, Musen was pretending to be an anemic small child in a fancy house, where the demon Akazo reports back to him that he cannot confirm the existence of the blue spider lily. I don't know how I know any of this. Gonpachiro, Pikachu and I were recovering at the butterfly house with the girls who give us the food. Gonpachiro recovered from his injuries and we trained even harder. But then, as Monchiro returns from a mission one day, he hears a commotion. A very flashy man is attempting to kidnap Aoi. Tanjiro steps in and stops him as the girls are being very loud and whiny about all this. I then arrive on the scene, as well as the yellow one, to defuse the situation. We decide instead of the inexperienced lower rank going with the flashy man on his demon slaying adventure, we, the more experienced tough demon slayers, will go in her place. The man reluctantly agrees and introduces himself as the god of festivals, and I introduce myself as Inosuke, lord of the mountain. After acknowledging each other's excellence, we go to be briefed on our mission. I'm gonna frickin' fight the rain. After acknowledging each other's excellence, we go to be briefed on our mission. We arrive in the entertainment district, a place where the sun is still out at night and there's a lot of people in fancy unnecessary clothes. The Lord of Festivals explains that his 3 wives were working undercover here to try and uncover a dangerous demon, but he stopped receiving communication from them. At this point I knew they were probably already dead. But the 3 of us instead went undercover to 3 of the houses to try and uncover the demon ourselves, and find his probably dead wives. I was up for anything that involves slaughtering a demon. I was reluctantly up to having to wear stupid clothes and stupid stuff on my face. At least I didn't have to wear the face stuff for long. Sanchiro and Zenitsu were already working undercover in their own houses, searching for the wives. But I was the one to finally hear someone mention Makio's name, who's one of the 3 dead wives. Apparently she was sick in her room and no one had seen her in a while. I was able to sleuth which room was hers and budge my way inside, only to find nothing. But then, I could sense a demon in the roof. I chased it down the hall as it traveled through the attic and then through the wall, where I lost it. It moved like this. It was all like this. I was disappointed about losing it, but I had confirmed the demon's presence. When we gathered to inform Uzibob about this, he informed us that Zenitsu had gone missing. He urged us to leave as it was too dangerous for us. Ha! What does he think we are, weak? We were already committed to hunting down this demon, and recovering everyone who was missing, but mostly hunting down the demon. Zenitsu had indeed found the demon and confronted it after it had assaulted a girl, resulting in him getting injured. Uzui confronted the master of the house, who revealed his suspicion about the Oiran. He believed she was responsible for the missing girls. Uzibob went to the room that belonged to the demon, but didn't find her there, but managed to find 1 out of 3 dead wives, who turns out wasn't dead, but was very much affected by demon poison. I was trying to sense the demon presence while waiting for Tanjiro to join me, but Tanjiro managed to smell it first. He went back to the house, where the demon was devouring the Oiran through her scarf. Like one of those snakes you see in the bush where their like mouth goes around the mouse and you can like see it going down the tube as it eats it. Tanjiro had no backup against his upper rank 6th demon, but knew he must defeat her there. Meanwhile, I discovered the demon's food locker. Huh? I smashed through the house until I finally found the tunnel they'd been traveling through. I dislocated all my bones to get down there, and I uncovered a giant worm belly scarf thing with a face. It had a human-like pattern, which actually wasn't a pattern. It was all the people that the Oiran had captured in there, including Zenitsu and the remaining 2 dead wives. I managed to slice them free single-handedly, completely overpowering the worm demon. And then Lord Tengen God of Festivals smashed through the roof and destroyed it completely, reuniting with his 2 wives. We then all went to go and destroy the main body, but Uzibob was way too fast and sprinted way too fast ahead of us. Meanwhile, Tanjiro was still single-handedly fighting for his life. He attempted to use sun breathing to defeat the demon, but his body was still too weak to handle it. While Tanjiro was moments away from the demon killing him for good, the box girl escaped her box. Nezuko kicked the demon's limbs off and went full coming through style on her. But she kinda went a little bit too far because she started seeing humans as a snack. People say I'm the crazy one around here. Tanjiro had to hold her back and save the civilians while also trying to defeat the demon. Thankfully, Uzui finally arrived on the scene and decapitated the demon in one go, which I totally could have done as well if I were there. Tanjiro sung Nezuko a lullaby to calm her down, and she soon returned to her childlike box state. While Tanjiro thought it was all over, Uzui was discovering the truth. While he had decapitated the demon, there was not just one demon, but 2 demons in one! Brother and sister! Her brother reattached her head and attacked him again. The real battle had just begun. After Uzui worked out both demons needed to be decapitated at the same time to truly kill it, we all arrived on the scene to complete the task. Pikachu and I went to decapitate the sister on the roof, while Uzibob and Tanjiro battled the brother. With the help of Hanatsuru, wife number 2, Tanjiro and Tengen got so close to decapitating the demon, but this now put the wife in the demon's side. Tanjiro managed to save her with water breathing, and we decided that with the 3 of us against the spooky worm woman, we could take her down. This is where I came in. With Zenitsu and Tanjiro's mind defense, I managed to make a straight line through the demon. Apparently her head was too soft to cut off, but not with these. I got my 2 swords and used them to saw her head off like this. Hope you had fun with the sound quality on that. And I sliced her head right off. I ran away with the severed head, hoping to keep her from reattaching it. Tanjiro went to go and join the fight with Uzui against the brother, only to find Uzui's hands cut off, lying, probably dead on the ground. Where was the demon brother? Right behind me, stabbing me through the chest. There was blood everywhere. It was tragic. Zenitsu then pushed Tanjiro away from a sudden blast from the demon's attack, saving him. Tanjiro awoke, thinking all hope was lost. He'd lost his dearest companion, Inosuke. The demon began to mock him for his weakness, breaking his fingers and breaking his spirit. Gonpachiro did not give up. He fled, pretending to be helpless, but actually stabbed one of the little knife poison things from the wife into the demon's thigh without him knowing. He was so close to decapitating him single-handedly, except his sword wasn't strong enough, and he has this freakish thing with weird empathy for demons. In a moment, he could see a different situation, where he and Nezuko were the ones turned demons. Which is stupid. You're here to do a job which is demon slaying. Gonpachiro, slay the demon. Pikachu then emerged from the rubble, ready to decapitate Ducky, using his intense thunder strike to sever her head. It wasn't quite strong enough. But guess who was strong enough? I emerged, gloriously alive. I bet you forgot I can rearrange my organs. He didn't hit a single vital organ. I was ready for the fight, and together, we sliced her head off for good. Right as we were slicing her head off, Uzui then emerged, healed and ready to fight. Him and Tanjiro worked together using the last efforts of their strength. Tanjiro got a spear stuck through his throat and continued fighting anyway, and together, they sliced his head off. But something wasn't right. Even though the two demons were dead, there was still one final threat. The demon's body exploded with the blood demon art, causing an explosion and even more destruction. It would seem we were all dead. But you forgot about Box Girl. Demon Box Girl has been harnessing her own blood demon technique, and she managed to save everyone by neutralizing the demon poison. She then helps Tanjiro to go and check and see if everyone else is alive. Zenitsu is awake, unfortunately, and whining even more than I was, even though I was the one who was actually dying and he was fine. But Nezuko managed to burn out all the blood demon poison from me. Thanks, Box Girl. She then set Uzui on fire with a blood demon art to heal him of the poison, much to the distress of his 3 wives. After this, Uzui decided it was time to retire with his wives. Could not be me. Though an entire entertainment district was destroyed and many civilians likely died, we did it! I murdered the demons. None of it would have been possible without me. I hope that sparked a couple memories of my great feats for you. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you're all excited for my next heroic feat coming up soon. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more content from me, which I know you do, then make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video so I know you want to see me more. So thanks for watching. I've got more demons to slay. Bye!